Did Diddy really try to permanently get rid of Kim Porter after she tried to warn Brittany Murphy about his plan?
You know who Brittany Murphy is? Brittany Murphy was an actress, and she was involved with Ashton Kutcher. Brittany Murphy died of pneumonia. And they said that it's something in, I think, rat poison, that gives you signs of pneumonia. Then her husband died of the same thing. Now, Kim Porter died of pneumonia. Guess who did the autopsy report of all those individuals?
Oh my God. Guys, shocking new allegations are coming out that Kim Porter might have uncovered explosive evidence about Diddy's involvement in the mysterious death of Brittany Murphy, and she paid the ultimate price. And get this, it seems the feds might be reopening Brittany's investigation based on this new allegation. Guys, you'd better buckle up because you are not ready for the shocking tea I am about to spill.
Actually, you're in quite a few chapters in my book. Excuse me? I'm writing a tell-all book about my years of being a video vixen. I got lots of stories about lots of rappers.
Okay, so by now, most of us have heard the whispers that just won't die down. The ones connecting the tragically similar and deeply suspicious deaths of Brittany Murphy, her husband Simon Monjack, and model Kim Porter. All three died from what was officially labeled as pneumonia or related complications, all under strange, seemingly rushed circumstances that left families with unanswered questions. For years, a persistent theory has linked these losses to Diddy, with claims that each victim was, in some way, positioned to expose damaging secrets about his world. Now, that theory is roaring back with a vengeance. Get this, explosive new allegations are surfacing, suggesting that authorities may be taking a second hard look at Brittany Murphy's death, specifically because of its potential connection to Diddy. The reason for this sudden interest in reopening Brittany's case seems to be the tidal wave of legal trouble now engulfing Diddy, with multiple lawsuits alleging a decades-long pattern of serious misconduct. Investigators are reportedly re-examining every dark corner of his past because they want to keep him in prison for much, much longer.
I'm a happy type person. I smile a lot.
Brittany, please come back.
She's a Scorpio. What else do you need to know?
I'm a double Scorpio.
Double Scorpio.
She evidently collapsed in the bathroom.
The mysterious clustered deaths of people close to him are the darkest corners of all. The whispers suggest a horrifying pattern, that individuals who suffered fatal illnesses may have actually been silenced. The claim is that Brittany Murphy and Simon Monjack, who died just months apart in the same house, were compiling damaging evidence on Diddy. Similarly, Kim Porter's sudden passing has long been questioned by those close to her, with Ashton Kutcher's name also being mentioned in these circles in relation to Diddy's inner circle. The scope feels terrifyingly wide. Now, contrary to what people might think, Brittany Murphy and Diddy didn't exactly run in the same circles. So why does his name keep coming up in connection with her death? It's all about the man in the middle, Ashton Kutcher. You see, Brittany Murphy was once on top of the world, poised to be the next major star. Then she got involved with Ashton Kutcher. That relationship, according to insiders, didn't just fizzle out. It's described as a catastrophic event for her. The reported infidelity and the very public, painful fallout are said to have broken her spirit and derailed her career at its peak. She was no longer the golden girl. She was damaged goods in Hollywood's eyes. Now, enter Ashton's inner circle. His closest friend, his partner in crime during that era, was Diddy. They weren't just buddies, they were the self-proclaimed new rat pack. This wasn't about grabbing coffee. This was about a lifestyle of exclusive, wild, private parties with a revolving door of celebrities, models, and an atmosphere of excess that Diddy was famous for curating. This is where the theory takes a dark turn. The speculation is that Brittany, during and after her relationship with Ashton, was pulled into the orbit of that world. Allegedly, Brittany saw and heard things she shouldn't have. Many speculate these things were Diddy's secret freak-offs that he hosted for decades. As someone who felt wrong wronged and was emotionally fragile, it seems Brittany potentially became a liability, a loose end with firsthand knowledge of the disgusting and potentially illegal activities within that elite circle. Her death followed 5 months later by the death of her husband, Simon Monjack, in the same house from the same rare causes. Doesn't feel like fate, it feels like a pattern. The official story of a tragic double pneumonia anomaly strains belief. The theory suggests it was a cleanup operation, that she and Monjack, who was also allegedly digging into the circumstances around her, were silenced to protect the secrets of the new Rat Pack. Brittany's death was officially attributed to severe pneumonia, iron deficiency, anemia, and multiple substance intoxication. Her hemoglobin level was critically low at 3.0. For anyone who doesn't know medical ranges, that's not just low, that's catastrophically, almost impossibly low. The normal range for a woman is between 12 and 15.5. A level of 3.0 means her blood could barely carry oxygen to her own organs. You don't just walk around with that. You are in a state of total acute medical crisis. You'd be ghostly pale, struggling to breathe, utterly incapacitated. To have a level that low from simple iron deficiency anemia would require years of the most profound, untreated neglect. But Brittany Murphy was a working actress in Los Angeles with resources. She wasn't stranded without access to doctors. For it to plummet to a fatal 3.0 points, something sudden and violent attacks her blood's ability to function. That's why her father, Angelo Bertolotti, refused to believe the story until the day he died. He wasn't a conspiracy theorist, he was a man who looked at the science and saw a gaping hole. A hemoglobin of 3.0 can be caused by severe blood loss or by something that destroys red blood cells from the inside, like certain toxins or poisons. His lawsuit wasn't a grieving man's denial, it was an accusation. He believed the evidence of poisoning was missed or ignored. The fact that he eventually had to give up, worn down by the system and his own failing health, only adds another layer of tragedy and silence to the story. So the reason Diddy keeps getting linked to Brittany's death is that he was the gatekeeper to the world she allegedly accidentally discovered through Ashton Kutcher, a world that, according to this dark narrative, couldn't afford to let a wounded, knowledgeable star tell her story. Now, Brittany wasn't the only one to allegedly fall victim to Diddy. Shocking new reports allege that Kim Porter might have also learnt of Diddy's involvement, and that's part of the reason she too died under mysterious circumstances. It's not one tragedy or even two. It's a series of them, circling the same source, each with the same haunting footnote. Look at the people and look at what they were doing when their lives ended or nearly ended. Kim Porter was found under circumstances so strange that the coroner herself raised a red flag. She wasn't just an ex, she was a living archive of his private life. Heavy D, the legendary rapper, was found face down. A heart attack, they said. But the whisper that won't fade is that he was putting the final touches on a book about Diddy. Then Andre Harrell, Diddy's own mentor, another heart attack, and again, the same quiet rumor. He too was writing a book. Albie, sure, didn't die, but he walked right up to the edge. A coma that lasted months, a body that suddenly failed. He's been vocal with his suspicions about Kim's death, and what was he doing? Working on a documentary about his life and his time in that world. Now you add Brittany Murphy and her husband into this orbit. 2 more pneumonia deaths back to back in the same house. 2 more people connected, however indirectly, to that same inner circle. When you line them up, it stops looking like a tragic roster of lost friends. It starts to look like a security protocol. The connection isn't just that they knew Diddy. The alleged connection is that at the moment they fell ill or died, each one was in the process of assembling a testimony, a book, a documentary, a potential revelation from the deepest level of intimacy, a heart attack here, pneumonia there alone. They're medical mysteries. Together, surrounding one man, they form a perimeter. It paints a picture not of a chaotic life, but of a terrifyingly efficient one, where the ultimate price for leaving the inner circle with a story to tell is that you might not leave at all. That's why authorities taking a new look at one of these deaths isn't just about solving an old case, it's about potentially finding the thread that unravels the whole dark pattern. Guys, we've laid it all out. This is no longer a collection of separate tragedies. It's a constellation of loss, with one man at its dark center. We have a pattern of people dying from the same rare, sudden illnesses, pneumonia, heart attacks, under circumstances that feel rushed and unexplained. We have a pattern of timing where these deaths coincide with reports of books being written, documentaries being filmed, and secrets being prepared for exposure. And we have a pattern of proximity linking each of these individuals back directly or through one degree of separation to Sean Diddy Combs and his inner Rat Pack world. The connection through Ashton Kutcher isn't just a side note, it's the bridge. It's how an outsider like Brittany Murphy could have been pulled into an orbit powerful enough to allegedly mark her for silencing. When you look at it this way, the allegations form a terrifying, coherent story that around Diddy exists not just a circle of friends, but a perimeter of silence, enforced by a pattern of deaths so clinically plausible they evade scrutiny, yet so statistically improbable they demand it. The potential reopening of Brittany Murphy's case isn't just about solving a 15-year-old mystery, it's about testing a theory. If investigators find evidence of foul play in her death, they won't just be closing one case, they'll be validating a pattern that could unravel the stories behind Kim Porter, Heavy D, Andre Harrell, and others. They'll be confirming that the whispers were right all along. So what do we think? Are we looking at a universe of heartbreaking coincidences, or are we looking at the legacy of a man who knew too many secrets and whose friends had a habit of dying just as they were about to tell them? Let me know your opinions in the comments, and don't forget to check out our other videos for even more shocking tea. Till next time, bye.